Silver Skull Gamer here with Wrath of Magnus. Something I just had to have. Ever since, I've kind of always been interested in the Thousand Sons a little bit, but then when the Thousand Sons Horse Heresy book came out, I definitely became a big fan of the Thousand Sons and hated the Space Wolves and thought the Space Wolves were already kind of silly from their 40k stuff, but definitely wanted this book to see, how the Thousand Sons were portrayed. Do they get their revenge? And all that. So, and of course, these models, the models that come with this release are just like 10s in my book. They're great. Now, I don't have any of those models, and I probably won't get any for a while because I already have too much 40k, as you guys know, boxed away. But the whole release just seemed excellent from Games Workshop. When I went to buy this, I didn't even realize that it was two books, rules and background. Mostly, I'm just interested in the background because I'm as much as I want to play 40k, I don't, and so I'm basically just a collector, and painter. And I love the backstories, so anything with a lot of background is awesome. So this was, I didn't realize that this was 75 US, but then again, I didn't realize that it was two books. I don't know what the Curse of the Wolfen, I don't know if that was two books as well, but I didn't really care about that because the Wolfen are stupid and Space Wolves are stupid. So, in my opinion, I think Games Workshop really missed an opportunity with the Space Wolves. I really think they should be more Viking, but they've gone all in on the werewolf thing. So, and it's just dumb. And we know Games Workshop gets kind of ham-fisted with some of their naming conventions anyways. I mean, even the Blood Angels, everything's blood this, blood that, blood. The Space Wolves are as bad, if not probably worse. Everything's wolf, fang, it's terrible. In this book, I actually laughed a couple of times just because of the cheesiness of the Space Wolves. So here's the Fluff Book. I don't know how many pages it is, but it's, as you can see, it's 135, I guess, pages of context. And as I read this, even though there is a lot of artwork, there's a lot of text. And it's a good read. I mean, I felt like I was reading the Bad Abs series again, just kind of the flow, the story, the breakdown. It was good. I enjoyed this a lot. So it's actually pretty good. I don't have a lot of criticism other than the Space Wolves are a parody of themselves. I mean, quite literally. I mean, I read some of the parts describing the Space Wolves and their swords and stuff, and I'm just like, these writers have to be laughing when they write this stuff because it's a parody of itself. It's so ridiculous. Without giving too much away, this is going to be kind of a short video because I don't want to give away a lot, but I do want to say that I think if you're really into 40k and the backstory, even if you're not necessarily into Thousand Sons or Space Wolves, this is a good book, because it talks about more than Space Wolves and Thousand Sons too. I actually enjoy the Dark Angels as I'm doing, my custom chapter guys. So I enjoy the Dark Angels parts too. But this is where the Space Wolves plot armor was pretty evident, though. I guess without giving it too much away, there's, demons get on the rock, which is, it's explained. And it's actually explained pretty well, and it makes sense. And once I read it, I was like, okay, not too much issues with demons warping right into the rock of the Dark Angels. But then it's like, okay, so now we have a fight on the rock. And at one point, the glory, the death blow, doesn't go to a Dark Angel, it goes to a freaking Space Wolf. Like the one Space Wolf on the rock. It's like, really? You couldn't give it to Azrael? You couldn't make him be the guy to kill? So that was frustrating. So there's definitely some plot armor. But even with the Space Wolf's plot armor, what's better is that Thousand Sons they're good. They're clever. Let's just say Magnus he knows exactly what he's doing. He's as powerful and as mighty as a demon prince, Primarch demon prince should be. And I'm happy. I'm okay with how this book turned out for the Thousand Sons. And the damage dealt to the Space Wolves. Yeah, definitely. I'm okay with it. And I think most 40K readers should be too. I do want to jump on the Space Wolves forums on Bolter and Chainsword to see what they thought of it. Because really, I think it ended in a way that most people should be happy. See, this is... so this is like Logan Grimnar, right? The chapter master of the Space Wolves, I think. I think how ridiculous that is. He's Santa Claus. He's Wolf Santa Claus. I think some people think that 40K has lost all its campiness. I don't think so. I think like the sculptors and modelers just have gotten better, but clearly someone still has a sense of humor. I mean, come on. Like, you have cyber wolves pulling a floating sleigh. It's just ridiculous. And I mean, his model alone is ridiculous. Yeah. The Space Wolves are terrible and they should die. Spoiler alert, that doesn't happen. Like, the Space Wolves still exist. Obviously, Games Workshop wouldn't squat the Space Wolves, but they do get their butts handed to them a little bit. As they should. When a Demon Primarch comes to your world, you shouldn't just be able to shrug that off. So it's a good fight. The Grey Knights, Dark Angels, and it's mentioned they do have some of their successor chapters in the area, and I think some Iron Hands. So there's, but the main players are Space Wolves, Thousand Sons, and Dark Angels and Grey Knights. And I think all their parts are written fairly well, except, like I said, I thought it was pretty lame that a Space Wolf gets the moment of glory on the rock, inside the rock. I'm like, that rankled me a little bit. It's just the plot armor of these guys and their characters is ridiculous. But this is a good book, I like this a lot. I enjoyed it. And the new artwork, like this, I mean, this is good. I mean, it's clearly all digital now, but some of it's not as terrible. Like, see this, I still do not like this style. I prefer the more hand-drawn look, the darker drawings, what do they call this? I know there's a word for it, but yeah. But these models for the Thousand Sons are fantastic. And they do give you different cults. They even have the pre-heresy scheme, which looks good. Actually, most of these look good, but I think it's mostly because of the models. I don't know about these guys, but so the Fluff Book is probably worth it. Now, is this all worth $75? Of course, probably not. You know, you can buy books of this quality at your bookstore for, God, probably what, a quarter of the price that the Games Workshop charges. But I mean, if you're in 40K, you know what you're getting into. You know, I mean, you know what you're getting into, and if you want to be in it, you got to pay. So, but look at these models, and Magnus is awesome, and his rules seem fitting. Like every psychic power in the game, you know, he knows pretty much. Don't quote me on that, but the models are great. I think the rules they seem fair, but like I said, I don't play, so I'm not the best to review this rules book. But I don't see anything that's glaring that says, oh, that's stupid. You know, I mean, Ahriman's awesome. He's a Mastery Level 4 Psyker, which I think only Eldar have Mastery Level 4 Psykers before. Maybe a Grey Knight character. Because Space Marines, you can't even get Mastery Level... Well, you can get Mastery Level 3 for Space Marines, and that's Tigurius, right? So, other than that, you know, Ahriman's got to be probably the best Psyker in the game for a non-demon. But I don't like his new model. I did buy Burning of Prospero, and I love that model, so if I decide to play, which I do eventually do, I mean, you just can't pass up these look at these guys. You can't pass that up. And I have to admit, I always thought if I did Thousand Suns, I would use third-party bits, because there are some third-party resin casters out there that make some pretty dang good Thousand Suns stuff. Or Egyptian space, you know, warrior stuff, whatever you want to call it. But these are good. Now, I could see some people still buying the third-party heads because they have the aspect helmets, you know, the dogs and the cats and the bulls and stuff. I know I should know the names of those, but you know, so those would probably look even better on maybe your on your aspiring sorcerers, to get some of those third-party bits with the fully sculpted helmets of the aspect animals, or whatever they call them. The Sangors, I don't know if... I'm not much on the... I'm a power armor guy, to be honest. I don't know if... You know, Chaos Cultists, I don't really have any... I sold mine from my Age of Dark Vengeance boxes. I'm into Space Marines for Space Marines, to be honest. So I don't know, even on the Chaos side, I don't know if I would include Zangors in my army. They look like a great horde, you know, cannon fodder type unit, though. Oh, the best, though, is, man, these demons. So they came up with this rule. I don't know if this was in 40K before, but there's this rule called split. So these are pink horrors. You kill them, they split into 2 blue horrors. You kill a blue horror, and it splits into 2 brimstone horrors. But I think there's 2 on one base. So you'd have to buy if you want to field 10 pink horrors, you better have at least 10 blue horrors, and if you want blue horrors, you better have at least 10 brimstone. So I guess that's a good way to sell models, right? Now, you can just field blue horrors and then only have them split into brimstone horrors, or you can just field brimstone horrors and they don't split into anything. But this is pretty cool. I like this. I don't really like the pink guys. I like the blue. And these little flame dudes are awesome. So the demon rules are good. They're pretty crazy, very zinchy. And then we got our old Fate Weaver models, right? So they haven't released the new plastic one as the time of this book, which is kind of odd, right? I mean, why wouldn't you release that? But I guess Magnus had to be the centerpiece, which he totally is. So, overall, goodbye. I enjoyed it, and I definitely at some point plan to at least buy some of the Chaos or the Thousand Suns Rubric Marines and Scarab Occult Terminators, at least to just put in my cabinet, because they're just fantastic models. But this is a good book, a good start to the quote-unquote end times, where things start getting very dire for the Imperium and their forces. Chaos isn't just the mustache-twirling throwaway villains anymore that always get defeated. Like, things are changing. It's going to get bad. It's going to get nasty. And lots of people are going to die. And I've got Gathering Storm 1 I'm in the middle of reading. I just picked up Gathering Storm 3, so I'm trying to rush and kind of read Gathering Storm 1 to get that done. Oh, son of a bitch. What? Oh my god, what happened? You gotta be kidding me. So anyways, so I'll be reviewing Gathering Storm 1, skipping 2, because there's just nothing in 2 that interests me. It's all about Eldar. I'm sure there's I'm sure there's elements in that book that tie into everything else as well, into the greater story arc. Otherwise, it wouldn't be part of Gathering Storm. I just have no interest in Eldar, like, at all, really. I think some of their Aspect Warrior models are kind of neat, but other than that. So I skipped 2, so I have 1 and 3. Like I said, I'm going to try to finish 1 this weekend, and then try to get a review out for that, and then get on to 3 and read that and review that. So that's it for now. Catch you guys next time, and see you later.